Girls want to know, and then we'll do the 2 truths and a lie, and then we will wrap up, Heidi. Okay. This has been great. I appreciate it. So Sandra Nelson had a question. Do you plan to add any more content to your website or your YouTube channel?
Well, YouTube channel, I post once a week, and I've been able to do that for a few years now. It's kind of a challenge to keep going. So yeah, I do plan to keep doing the YouTube channel. The website is different. It's not as user friendly, so I tend to just take the easy road and post on YouTube. There's also like bandwidth and memory requirements or restrictions on the website, so it's much harder to maintain. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do much more with that unless there's any kind of like significant updates in my life that I think are valid. I like to keep that website just as like a companion book to my YouTube channel.
Well, it's got some great information on there, and it's your history.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, great. Jennifer Gonzalez wants to know: is that your real hair, or do you wear wigs? Either way, you look great.
I definitely wear wigs. Yes, I wish I could grow out hair. That's one of my biggest frustrations.
Right?
Is that I never really had a good hairline that I could just let it grow out.
Yeah, me either. How many wigs do you have, Heidi?
I've got probably 3 or 4 that I wear regularly, and then maybe like another 7 or 8 that I tried a couple times and they just weren't me, but I still have them.
Yep. A lot of similarities. Ginger sometimes, she said, first of all, you were one of her first inspirations, which I think you were for a lot of people. And thank you for that. Her question is, when you're country dancing in female role, how do you turn off the need to lead while dancing?
Well, I mostly line dance, which is super convenient because the steps are the same for both men and women. And you just put different flair into it. And
have you ever danced with a guy who wants to lead?
Yeah, I've done that several times, and it does take some concentration to remember which foot to put where and what hand to put where. But I wouldn't mind doing it again. It's a fun challenge.
Interesting. I went to a country dance place once and was not planning on dancing at all. It's just a fun place to go and with some girlfriends, and I got asked to dance, and I just had a wild hair. I said, sure. And I had a hell of a time following. It was a disaster because I hadn't even thought of that. And I'm not a great country swing dancer. I know a few moves, but those moves are the lead, not the follower. Yeah. So that was kind of, I don't know what the guy was thinking. Jennifer Hengartner, does your wife ever ask about you being hit on when you go out?
Lots of people ask that if I get hit on when I go out. I don't know if my wife has ever asked that. You know, getting hit on has something to do with how you look, but it has a lot more to do with like, do you make eye contact? Do you look like you want to be hit on? Are you positioning yourself somewhere where you look like you want to be approached?
Great points.
So I think most people don't understand that it's a lot less in how you look and more in like your body language and whether you're making eye contact, whether you're smiling at people, whether you're standing on the railing hoping to get asked to dance, that type of thing. So no, I don't get hit on either as Heidi or as my guy self, even though I'm hanging out at a bar a couple times a week.
Interesting. I think those are great points. Heather Delish wants to know, how do you get those fantastic legs?
Well, we kind of covered that already. They're mostly running. I'm super active even when I'm not running.
But weren't you born with good legs in the first place?
Yeah. That's probably the truer answer.
Not to take anything away. And by the way, if you didn't take care of your body, they wouldn't But I'm asked that quite a bit, and I'm like, I haven't done anything. I don't run. I mean, I work out, but I said if you saw my siblings, you'd know where the legs came from.
You've all got it, yeah.
Yeah, it's certainly nothing I'm doing that's special. In fact, I used to get teased when I was little that I had girl legs, and it would make me cry. And I'm like,
no,
okay,
it makes you smile.
I guess I have the last laugh on that one.
You guess so.
Melody Wall wants to know how much Heidi time do you get? Do you get out weekly or monthly?
Well, I guess on average it's every 2 weeks, so maybe 2 to 3 times a month.
Okay. Joanne Rogers wants to know how easy or difficult is it to cross-dress in the state of Utah, being that it is so conservative?
Yeah, I think that's a myth. It's not been a problem for me at all, especially like downtown Salt Lake is pretty liberal. But I actually went to with one of my friends here who's a crossdresser. We went to a Mormon temple opening, and before they dedicate it, they allow the public to go tour it. And I went and did the tour as Heidi through the Mormon temple, and we didn't have any issues.
That's good to hear.
Yeah,
I think it just kind of gets blown out of proportion.
yeah.
My dad lived in Utah for years and years, and we went there, and it's not quite what people think. And then Joanne also said, do you have old original Polaroid photos of your beginnings here in the Northeast?
Who said that?
Sounds like Joanne Rogers.
Joanne Rogers, yes.
Sounds like an inside question.
Yeah, we talked a couple of times over email or whatever, way back when. I used to live in Maine. Okay. And yeah, there weren't Polaroids, but yeah, I still have some of those old 35 millimeter pictures where you would take a picture and you take the roll to the drugstore and drop them off and nervously go back a week later and pick them up, hoping that the person that handed them to you hadn't peeked at them. But yeah, I still have some of those.
I have not experienced that. My dressing came much later when we had digital. Interesting. Okay, well, those are the answers, or those are the questions from the girls in the community.